Hi everybody, welcome to Bible story time. Today we are going to read Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and it comes out of Genesis chapter 2 and 3. Okay, are you ready? Great. Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. God made sure that the Garden of Eden had everything that Adam and Eve needed to be happy. The sun kept them warm, so they didn't need clothes. They weren't embarrassed about being naked anyway. A gushing stream gave them water. All sorts of flowers, plants, and trees grew, fragrant and shady and bearing tasty fruits, nuts, and seeds. In the middle of the garden grew the two most beautiful trees of all, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. Take care of my marvelous garden, God told Adam and Eve. Enjoy eating anything you like, except for the fruits of the tree of knowledge. Please do not eat those. If you do, you will die. Adam and Eve did as they were told, and their life in the garden was wonderful, until one day Eve met a snake. The snake was by far the most cunning of all the creatures God had made. Very slyly, it asked Eve, "Did God really tell you not to eat from one of those trees?" "Yes, that one," replied Eve, pointing to the tree of knowledge. "He said that if we do, we'll die." "I don't think we're even allowed to touch it." "Nonsense," hissed the snake. "You won't die. God doesn't want you to eat that fruit because if you do, you'll become like him. You'll know the difference between good and bad, just as he does." Eve gazed nervously at the tree of knowledge. How beautiful it was! Its leaves whispered mysteriously in the breeze, and its branches stretched towards her. Its fruits hung down ripe and ready to drop into her hand. "How wonderful it would be to become wise," Eve murmured. Overcome with longing, she reached out, picked the nearest fruit, and took a big, juicy bite. It was so delicious! Surely something that tasted so good could not be wrong. Eve hurried to share the fruit with Adam, and he couldn't resist trying it either. Suddenly, Adam and Eve realized that they did indeed know the difference between good and bad, and what they had done was very wrong. The couple felt dreadfully ashamed and were embarrassed about being naked too. They tried to sew leaves together to cover themselves. Then in horror they heard God coming. Quickly they hid, but God knew. "Adam," God called, "why are you and Eve hiding from me?" The red-faced couple crept out, hanging their heads. "We were frightened when we heard you, and also we weren't dressed," Adam said. "What has made you want clothes, and why are you afraid of me?" God demanded. "You haven't eaten the fruit I asked you not to eat, have you?" Adam owned up, but he blamed it all on Eve, who in turn blamed the snake. God listened as they squirmed and squabbled. Then with huge disappointment he said, "I have no choice but to punish you all." He sent the snake crawling away in the dust, the enemy of humans forever. After making animal skin clothes for Adam and Eve, he turned them out of their beautiful garden home. "From now on, you will have to fend for yourselves and struggle to grow food," God told them. "And one day, you will go back to being the earth from which I made you. You will one day die." He set angels with fiery swords to guard the tree of life, so that Adam and Eve could not eat its fruit, to save themselves from eventually dying. God watched in great sadness as the shamed couple walked out into the world. The end. Hey parents, hey kids, if you enjoy watching our videos, press the subscribe button, and you can turn on notifications by pressing the bell, so every time we upload a new video, you know immediately. Thank you for watching, and I hope everybody's learning something, and we'll see you soon. Bye.